Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. In today's video, we are going to be going over the Overkill watch list. This is going to be the top stocks and cryptocurrencies we are looking at going into next week. If you guys get some value out of this, make sure you smash the like. Real quick before we do jump into our list here, I want to just let you guys know that XRP giveaway is still live over here. Okay, that we are still giving away 1,000 XRP here by the end of the week, next week, June 18th. All you guys got to do to enter that 1,000 XRP giveaway is come over here and tap this emoji, and that will enter you into the 1,000 XRP giveaway. If you guys are not in the Discord, there is a link down in the description and also pinned in the comment section. You guys just join up. You guys can come over here and you guys can enter in for that 1,000 XRP giveaway here in 6 days. Before we jump into the charts, guys, what I want to do today is I want to review our trading rules. I know a lot of you guys have been here for a while, and you guys know exactly what we're doing here. Again, we have a very specific strategy that we use here, a very specific plan that we follow. If you guys are trading without a plan, okay, you guys need to get a plan. You guys don't have to use these rules, but you need to come up with your own way where you could stay disciplined and not panic when things go against you or when things go your way, right? Because again, we want to buy great assets here at great prices. Okay, that's our whole goal here. Buying great assets at great prices. You could buy the greatest asset in the world, but if you buy it at a bad price, okay, you're not doing it right. And I'll explain that here in just a second. So if you guys are new, again, I'm just going to review these real quick. These are our trading rules. So our strategy is based on three things here at Overkill Trading. It's based on logic, data, and discipline. Okay, logic is our plan. This is our strategy. This is what we follow. This is how we buy, okay, and how we sell, okay? Data is what we see on our charts, so that's going to be our indicators that we're talking about here today, the MACD, the moving averages, right? We go off of the data. We don't go off of emotion or what we think. We go off of, hey, according to, right, the last 4 years, okay, is this a good price for the asset? And we'll get into a couple examples here in just a second. So again, very important to keep in mind, we are swing traders here, guys. We are not day traders. Okay, all of our trades are for 1 to 6 months out. So when you guys see me call out a signal, right, call out one of these signals here in the Discord, or if I'm taking a trade, whatever it might be, just know that I'm thinking 6 months out, right? If I'm taking trades today in June, I'm looking to take profits in like January of 2027. So when if you guys see a signal and it goes down 10% or 15% or 20%, right, the next week, well, just know that if you sold when that happens, you're not following the plan, right? So the discipline is what we need to have in order to stick to our strategy. So again, those three things are logic, data, and discipline. Okay, logic is the plan, data is what we see on the charts, and discipline is the ability to stick to our plan, to say, hey, if we're going 6 months here and we go down for the next month, I'm not going to sell because again, my vision is 6 months out, right? And sometimes I might have to hold something longer than 6 months. That's just the name of the game, right? But our typical time frame when we're going into a trade is 1 to 6 months, meaning you have to hold for at least 6 months to see some, right, to see some fruit. Okay, so we enter and exit positions using our trading indicators. The green dot means buy and the red dot means sell. So when I talk about the green dots, I'm going to be talking about these here down on our indicator down here, and the red dots as well. Okay, we also use things like moving averages, the MACD. We use an EMA ribbon. We use the Fibonacci retracement tool. I cover all these indicators, each and every one, and what they do inside of my free trading course right here. I'm just kind of going over these real quick so we can get into the watch list. But just know that I go over this in depth over here in the trading course tab. Okay, and it explains each and every one of these indicators and how we use it. Because again, we don't want to rely on just one indicator, guys. We don't want to rely on one indicator. We want to rely on multiple things. Okay, we want multiple indicators to coincide and give us the signals that we're looking for, right? So again, I'll talk about that here in just a second. So here's the buying strategy, guys. Very simple, okay? Buy strategy number one is we want to buy on a monthly green dot, okay? A monthly green dot is just, hey, we're on the monthly chart and we're getting a green dot, okay? These are extremely accurate swing trades if you guys are willing to wait that 6 month period, right? Ethereum got one right here in 2023 at around 1,400. It ended up going all the way up here to 4,000, right? We had another one back here in June of last year at 1,800, and it went all the way up to around 5,000. So when we see the green dot of the monthly, that means go long, right? We're going up on the month to month basis, right? These are monthly candles. This is not a day trading chart. This is like a very long swing trading strategy, right? 6 months out, right? 6 months out, right? The monthly alerts are like 6 to 12 months. Sometimes it can happen really fast, right? And sometimes it takes a little bit more time. I mean, from 2023, we went from 1,500 up to 4,000 in May of 2024. So that was about a year and a half holding period, right? Not the most accurate, but or not the sexiest strategy. Not going to get you rich quick, but you did make money off of these signals. Back here in 2020, you got one on Ethereum at $161. It went up to 5,000, right? We got a red dot up here. So again, when we get the monthly dot, okay, on any chart, any crypto, any stock, we want to be looking to buy, okay? This last one on Bitcoin came back here in 2023 at around $23,000. $23,000 Bitcoin, again, went all the way up to around 130, okay? You did have some here, up here, but ideally we want to buy them when they're down here, right? This is when things are very oversold, when the market is very suppressed. So that's buy strategy number one. Again, a green dot there on the monthly. Buy strategy number two is we want to buy a weekly alert. Okay, the weekly alert, let me just go back to ETH here. Okay, so we want to buy when the green dot, okay, is on the weekly chart. When that's showing up, if the blue wave is below the white line. So the blue wave is what's going to tell you how brutal of a sell-off we've experienced, right? When this wave is down here, that means we've capitulated. Okay, we have gone down, right? Very hard, right? $4,000 all the way down to 1,300. That's a huge drop. That's a 65% drop, right? After a 65% drop, right, we want to be looking to buy, right? We don't want to buy when things go up 200% like everybody else. We want to buy when things are down. That's why we're accumulating as much crypto as possible right now during this time, because look how far we are down here. We had this signal right here on Ethereum back here at 1,900. Well, it's down here at 1,650 now. Okay, and I know people are like, oh, your green dot sucks. It's wrong, right? Yeah, we're down 15% off that entry. I mean, a 15% drop in crypto, guys, is nothing. It is nothing. Okay, there's people that were buying up here that sat through a 65% dip. Okay, 15% is nothing. Our general rule, okay, which will also pop up right here, is that we look to average down if our position goes down 20% or more. We can't control the markets, guys. Okay, I wish all the green dots just went up and to the right, right? But that's not always the case. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Like this one was a V-shaped recovery. You see the V-shaped recovery. Okay, this signal right here, again, we're down 15%. Does that mean we lost the trade? No. You only lose if you sell, right? You only lose if you panic sell. So the only thing we're doing on Ethereum right now is simply just waiting either A, for another weekly dot, or B, a monthly dot. One of the two. Okay, and I think this weekly dot's going to come here in the next 1 to 3 weeks on Ethereum. And another thing we take into consideration here, right, is the moving averages. So if we're on a weekly chart, this blue line on my chart here, that's the 200-week moving average. Okay, we look at it as the 4-year moving average. So let me just go back here to the cheat sheet real quick. And I know a lot of you guys are already familiar with this, but again, repetition, 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 right? We got to be reminding ourselves, hey, what are we doing here? Okay, thinking about things logically over a longer term perspective isn't the easiest thing to do. That's why a lot of people can't do it. So again, that 4-year moving average. So if you guys know, right, the mean is just another word for average. That blue line is the 4-year moving average. So as investors, if I'm looking at things over a 4-year period and I can see that the average price over the last 4 years of Ethereum is $2,500 and it's sitting down here at 1,600, okay, what does that tell me? Where does that tell me we're at on this chart? It tells me we're down here. We're below the mean, right? So if we're looking at things over that 4-year average, this is like buying Ethereum at a 34% discount off the average, right? A lot of people just want to buy when it's up here, right? A lot of people are just buying up here when things are exciting, when things are going up, when everyone's having a good time, right? It's fun to buy up here, right? Because it's very big swings, right? We don't do that. We want to buy before the hype, before the enthusiasm, right? Before people are excited, before people are saying, hey, XRP is going to 10,000 by the end of the year. They were saying that right here at 350. Okay, everyone's talking about XRP up here. Okay, when the wave's up here, way off of that 4-year moving average, what does that tell you? Again, people are very excited. People are having a good time because we just went straight up. Okay, no one was talking about XRP back here. They were laughing at it at 40 cents. They're, oh, it's a joke. It's dead, right? Bad project. Oh, green dot, rip it. Okay, we literally bought XRP at 40 cents back in 2024. Okay, and again, this was the time to sell. This was the time to sell. Right now is the time to buy. Again, if we're farmers, we're planting a seed. We're planting a seed, and we're getting ready to plant another seed on XRP. Where are we buying this on this chart right now? Where's the mean? Where's the average? Average is sitting right there at 140. Okay, we're sitting at 113. So are we getting an expensive price, a fair price, or a discounted price? You're getting a 20% discount right now if you're looking at things over the last 4 years. Okay. So into the average, right? If you're buying it into the mean, you're getting a fair price. If you're buying it down here, you're getting a discount. If you're buying it up here, you're getting a premium, right? All those people that were buying XRP up here, okay, they don't feel very smart right now because we're back down here at $1.12. We want to be buyers down here. And XRP, that one is on the list, and we are looking for a green dot here in the next 1 to 3 weeks to add to our XRP position. Again, we entered XRP right here in March at 120, about 129 or 128. Okay, it's down 10 cents since we entered. Okay, no big deal. We're just looking for another green dot. We're going to continue to save cash, right? If we're working, we're putting away 10 to 15% of cash, getting ready on the sidelines. When we get our signal, what are we going to do? We're going to buy more at a cheaper price than what we bought it for right here. And then again, when the wave comes back up here and gives us a red dot, this is when we're going to sell. When everyone's excited, when everyone's having a good time. But as long as we're at or around the moving average, that's where we want to be a buyer, right? That's where we want to be buyers. Are we buying MU way up here? Right, way up here off the moving average, off the 4-year, you're talking about like an 80% premium. No, but again, don't say sell MU on Twitter, guys. They'll come burn your house down. Okay, because again, nothing goes up forever. Nothing goes down forever. Okay, there's always a retracement into the mean. You can see again, we got very high up here on MU here back in 2024. It went from 156 all the way down here to 62. If you guys were around a few months ago, there was silver, right? You guys remember all the hype about silver up here at 120? Everyone was saying it was going to the moon. It's never going down, right? Everyone just buy silver. Well, it went from 120. Now it's at 70. Okay, so again, we just use logic here, guys. There's no perfect strategy. There is no 100%, it's gonna make you money no matter what. But we just try to think about things over the long term. The longer you can hold something, the more likely you are to be right, as long as you're buying good quality assets. And you might not agree with that, but again, time will tell. That money is made, guys. Money is made in the markets buying in bear markets. It's not made being scared in bear markets. Again, if you guys were scared back here on Ethereum when Trump was putting tariffs on China last year in 2025, and you panic sold down here at 1,500, again, were you listening to the data or were you listening to your emotions? You were listening to your emotions if you sold down here. And if you're selling down here right now, you're doing the same thing, okay? Again, we're not selling until this wave comes back up here, guys. This is when we sell. Okay, this is harvesting season. As long as we're down here, we're in planting season. So that's the buying strategy. Again, we want to buy a monthly green dot or a weekly green dot when the blue wave is below the white line. So when this blue wave is below the white line, like it is right now on Ethereum, we want to be looking for an entry here off a green dot. So we're just waiting for that green dot to come back here on Ethereum. We have all the time in the world. We don't need to trade with leverage. We're just simply buying stuff at a great price. Great assets at a great price. Is Ethereum a great asset? I would say yes. It's the #1 altcoin in the world. Okay. Highest market cap for an altcoin out there. Okay. The largest one. Most value locked. Okay. The biggest one. Great asset. Is it at a great price? Well, I would call a 35% discount a really great price. Great assets at great prices. That's what it's all about. Logic, data, and discipline. Okay, so the sell strategies, real quick. Sell strategy #1 is we want to sell a red dot in the red zone on the daily chart. So this is where we focus on the daily here, the red zone. So that's going to be this zone up here on the daily chart. This is the Fibonacci retracement tool. Again, if you guys do not have these indicators, you guys can download them right here under the trading indicator tab. Just click on this link right here. It takes a couple of clicks and everything loads right up into your TradingView account. Your screen will look exactly like my screen here on TradingView. Okay, and again, I talk about this Fibonacci tool here inside the free trading course over here as well. If you guys want that free trading course, boom, it is available right there. You guys can go watch that this weekend or something if you're interested in learning how to swing trade here using these indicators. But again, red dot in the red zone is where we sell. So where was the last time we got a red dot in the red zone? Oh, it was back here in September when everyone was jacked up and super excited about Ethereum up here at $4,600, $4,700. Okay, where's it at now? Well, it's all the way down here at 1,700. Are people excited about Ethereum right now? Absolutely not. No one's excited about crypto right now, right? Nobody's excited about crypto right now. Why are people not excited about crypto right now? Because it just went down for 10 months, right? Look at this drop. Again, sell signal came here in August. I can't make this stuff up, guys. I can't put these dots on the chart myself, right? That called it right there, 4,700. Boom, all the way down here to 1,600. So now people are depressed. People are in despair. People are not having a good time. This is where we want to build our bags. Okay, you don't have to look at the price every day. All you need to know is that I need to be buying, I need to be adding, I need to be accumulating as much as humanly possible down here at these levels. Because again, it's right back to where we bounced last year. Okay, you're buying it at a 52-week low, a 1-year low right now. Okay, looking for the green dot there on the weekly. So again, sell strategy number one, focus on the red zone on the daily chart. So I could pull up, right, Aerodrome right here. If I wanted to be a buyer of Aerodrome, which is also on the list here, I could look at the daily chart right now, and I could ask myself, okay, where's the red zone? Right, the red zone's our target, right? That is what we're aiming for, right? If we're shooting, we're aiming for the red zone, right? So we're shooting our shot right here off the green dot, boom, 31 cents. Okay, what are we looking for? We're looking for the red zone. Okay, where's the red zone? It's 230% from where we're sitting. Again, where was the last time we hit the red zone? It was back here. Okay, November of 2025, red dot in the red zone, $1.26, all the way down here to 35 cents. That's a huge drop. We like the drops. We're not scared of the drops, okay? The bear market started right here, guys. These influencers saying that the bear market is starting right now, they're wrong, okay? The bear market's already happened. Now what we're doing is just one of these consolidation phases, right? We're just going sideways like this. So Aerodrome's definitely on the list too. These are both favorites. We already covered XRP too. So XRP, ETH, and Aerodrome, we like all of those, right? Aerodrome, you guys can see it does have a red dot here, but where did the last green dot come? The last green dot came right here in February, right there around 31 cents. So you're buying it at 35 cents right now, okay, because you got the green dot back here. So if we get a green dot on this next week or in the next 1 to 3 weeks, that's going to be a huge buy signal. Again, you have to pay attention to where the signal came, right? So if we got that in February right there at 31 cents, that tells us that that right there, that 27-cent level, the lows of February off of this green dot are the lows. So the closer we can buy it right now to 27 cents, the better, right? So if we get a green dot pop here in the next couple of weeks, okay, that's going to be a huge buying opportunity. I'm just very bullish on the Aerodrome network. I think their product, their technology, it's huge. They're like the third largest DEX right now behind PancakeSwap and Uniswap. PancakeSwap and Uniswap have been around for like 10 years, whereas Aerodrome just came out in 2024. So I still really like Aerodrome going into next week, guys. Again, just looking for the signal. We got ACN here. So ACN gave the red dot this week, but again, where'd the last green dot come? It came right here at 165. So again, we're still playing that as the low down there at 155. Okay, so again, if you get a red dot, you might want to set a stop loss down there at the previous low at 155. Stop losses are always optional, but it looks like the daily chart is starting to reverse here. Once again, we're playing this one here with a stop loss at 155. Again, the wave is still down here. I know we have a red dot, but we have to pay attention to support. The red dot just means, hey, right, this is a potential signal that we are going to drop. If we drop, what do? We set a stop loss right there at 155. If 155 breaks, we sell it and we look to buy it lower. So as long as the wave is down here, right, and again, we got this signal 2 weeks ago at the same price. The same price we're sitting at, 170. Okay, that came 2 weeks ago on this candle. So you're buying it right where the green dot came. So sometimes these will pop back up. Again, all that means is just to watch the previous low. The previous low is right here from May, right? 155 would be that spot. Okay, so ACN, we still like that one over 155. And again, I didn't get through all these trading rules. Again, sell strategy number one, we want to sell the red dot in the red zone on the daily. And then sell strategy number two is we want to sell when the stochastic RSI, that is the light blue line on the trading indicator, when that hits the white dotted line, or we get a weekly red dot here on the weekly. So when this stochastic RSI, the light blue line, okay, when that comes up, it touches the white dotted line like it did there on ETH at 2,500, right? Not a bad place to either take some profits or trim, right? That is just a sell signal, right? And then also the red dot. You can see the red dot on ETH came right there at 2,100. You had the option to set a stop loss or to sell, right? And it got smoked down here to 1,700. Again, 15%, I wouldn't call that smoked, right? A 20% dip in crypto is nothing, right? But again, we got to pay attention to where the price is, right? This signal came back here at 1,900. Now we're at 1,700. So what should we be doing? Did we buy here at 1,900 to sell at 1,700? Absolutely not. Now we're just looking for another signal, right, to add to our position. So again, the red dot, again, I'd be watching 1,500 here on ETH, and that's still looking good. So the red dot on the weekly or the stochastic touching the white dotted line is also part of our selling strategy. And again, I go over all of this stuff again in depth in that trading course, so you guys can check it out. I just want to refresh that. I know a lot of you guys are new. We've had some people subscribing here lately. I just want to make sure you guys understand what we're doing here, right? We have a plan. We're not just throwing darts at the wall. The reason we buy something, there's a reason, right? The reason we sell something, there's a reason. So here's Ondo. Okay, Ondo's also on the list for next week. I know it has a red dot. Again, we just want to pay attention to the levels. So up above 31 cents, okay, nothing's hurt on this. Okay, as long as this holds like, I would say 29 cents here based on the daily, it's fine. Okay, a red dot can be a false signal. Okay, so if you're in Ondo, what I would do is set a stop loss right there at 31 or 30. Okay, and again, you got the signal down here at 25. It did pop up. It's putting in sort of a bull flag here, so this is just something to keep an eye on next week, above 31. Moderna, this is looking interesting too, guys. I think healthcare stocks are going to perform very well into 2027, and this is a pretty big drug maker here, and we've been putting in a bull flag here. Okay, we pumped up. Now we're going sideways. We're looking for that green dot confirmation next week. I like it as long as it holds on to 40 here. I was looking at adding to this today. It is in the red zone, so it would just really need to hold 40. Okay, this would be a play on this thing breaking out and going right back up here to the highs. Okay, and that stochastic being on the floor there is just very interesting. So this is one I would just be looking for the green dot here on the weekly for. Same thing with SUI. SUI's sitting down here at a 2-year low right now. Huge platform here, huge community. This looks really good. Again, everyone was very excited about SUI up here at $5. Now it's down here at around 75 cents, which is where the bottom was back here 2 years ago in 2024. This thing went from 75 all the way up here to around $5.40, right? Again, everyone's jacked up. Everyone's having a good time, right? Everyone's singing Kumbaya around the fire up here, right? But down here, it's not the same. And this is where we want to buy. We do not want to buy when everyone's excited. I have a general rule. If people are already talking about it, we're too late to the party. Okay, so I would just be mindful, right? I did buy this one right here on this signal back at 86 or 90 cents to $1. I think I bought my SUI, and I am looking to add to it again here off the next signal. SUI is definitely one to keep your eye on. Very strong blockchain. We got KBM. This is Kimberly-Clark. I believe these guys pay actually a really good dividend. I am thinking about starting a dividend portfolio. And this is definitely a name I would look to add to it just because of how beat up it is. You guys could see it has the monthly alert that we talked about here. So this looks very strong here above 92, which is just where we bottomed right here in April. And we're breaking out over the 9 right now too. This looks very good. Kimberly-Clark, I think they pay, what's the dividend on that? Let me just pull up a tab real quick. I want to look up the dividend on that because I don't want to give you guys false information, but I was looking at adding this one into the portfolio. It is breaking out here. Again, when you break out over the 9 like that, over that orange line, that's a very bullish indication that, hey, the bears, they're weak here, right? The bulls are stepping in. KMB, this one's paying a 5% dividend. So you guys could see over here, dividend yield 4 to 5%, trading at a 15 PE ratio. This looks really good. Kimberly-Clark looks really good here with a 5% dividend. That's one of my favorites for next week. We got Robinhood. This is just a continuation trade for next week. So this one came back here in March at around $70. It's now sitting at 93. Again, if we reference that red zone here on Robinhood, okay, you're talking about a 61% move to the upside here on Robinhood. Okay, we got a big range to go there. This one still looks very strong here above those lows from back here in, I believe that was April at 63. Again, momentum is pushing to the upside here. Robinhood looks very good still here. I think that one has a lot of room to go. We'll probably look to sell this one on a red dot here or up here in the red zone, okay, just like we did back here in December. Okay, S. So S has a red dot here. So again, paying attention to where we're bouncing, you really want this thing to hold on to $14, okay? If that breaks 14, the trade's off. So you got a red dot, right? $14 is a very big support level for S. I would watch that. I know the red dot's up here, but you want to see if this thing's going to reverse here. It's a pretty easy stop loss there at 14 if you're buying it at 14.80. Again, I know the waves up here. These signals came down here at 13. Not the favorite. I'm actually going to take that one out. PG looks good. This is Procter & Gamble. This is another dividend stock here. So this one actually trades only at a 3% dividend. This one only has a 3% dividend, but it looks good. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. It looks like it's breaking out here. Again, we're below that moving average. Okay, so we're buying it at a discount compared to the last 4 years. You have a nice range up to the red zone there at 168. That's only a 12% move, not a big move. This is not a big moving stock like a lot of these cryptos, how they move so big. PG doesn't move much. Okay, they pay a 3% dividend, and sometimes they pop off. So we're targeting up there at 168. Again, that's not a huge move. But again, some of these less volatile names might be good for you guys to learn on. Right, a lot of people are getting into trading and going right into crypto when crypto can drop 20% in a day or 30% in a day, whereas Procter and Gamble hardly drops 1 to 2%. So again, keep your eye on PG. Owl has a red dot, so again, very important. You use a stop loss, probably right there at 870 on this one. This signal came back here at $9. It's sitting at around 960, 970 right now. It does have the green dot on the daily, so again, you just want to make sure the lows hold from like right there at 870. They're on Owl. NVO, again, another one with a red dot, but just because, again, the red dot's there doesn't mean the trade is over, okay? So up above 40, I think this one still looks good. Looking at the shorter time frame, again, it looks like it's trying to break out here. It also has a monthly dot here as well. So up above 40, we still like it, even with the signal. Again, we don't have to react right away to the red dot. We just have to say, okay, it makes sense here to put a stop loss at $40 on this. Okay, if it breaks 40, it'll most likely go down here to 35. Okay, and what can we do down here? We could buy back in, or you don't even have to set a stop loss. You could just buy more shares down here if you believe in the company long term. I mean, this company is down 150,000 all the way. I'm sorry, $150 all the way down here to. It went all the way down to 35. That's a huge drop for a big company that's making $12 billion a quarter. Okay, where's the red zone? Well, the red zone's up there at around 80, 90 bucks. If it goes up there, that's an 82% trade. So as long as we're buying it on the Fibonacci down in this golden zone on the daily, right, we're getting a discount. Okay, and where's this thing in regards to the EMA here, to the 4-year moving average? It's down 37%. Okay, 37% below the 4-year average tells us we're buying it down here. And again, this is a huge company. They make the Ozempic drug, $11 billion a quarter. Okay, you really want that one to hold 40, but I am holding the position on that and watching that one closely. PGR, this is Progressive, the insurance company. Again, another name that's been clobbered here from 300 all the way down to 203. Where are we buying it? We're buying it right into that 40-year average, right? We're getting a fair price, right? Into the average, we're getting a fair price. Below the average, we're getting a discount over a 4-year period. Okay, and again, you got the green dots all popping off down here at 200. That's another, sorry, I'm pulling it up. That's another dividend stock. So that one is paying 6%. So far, KMB, right? These two right here, PGR, or KMB and PGR, great dividend stocks. Okay, if you guys are looking for dividends. Because, again, they're trading at fair prices. KMB's trading at a massive discount. 8% dividend on this. I think KMB is a bank. Kimberly-Clark, I'm pretty sure that's a bank. Let me look that up real quick. If you guys aren't in the Discord, you guys have access to this research tool. Okay, not only can you pull up any chart at any time over here using Overkill AI, but you could also do this. Okay, /ask, what does KMB stock do? Okay, so I'm asking, hey, what do they do? Meaning, what does the company do? And our AI over here, if you guys do not have access to the AI, you guys can get access to that by becoming a member here in the Discord. You can see it's a global manufacturer of personal care and household item products, primarily known as Huggies, Kleenex, and Scott. So this is a value name. This is definitely a value name. Again, huge dividend. And I was totally wrong. They're not a bank. So they make like diapers and Kleenex and stuff like that, which are people really stopping? Like, are people not using that anymore? No, that's not true. But you could see last time it had a big sell-off like this. Okay, back in 09, it went from $40 all the way up to $140. So again, we're buying it down here literally at the lows. I really like both of those. I think I am going to start a dividend stock or a dividend portfolio, guys. Because again, some of these names are just looking really good. The other one we talked about was GIS, General Mills. These guys make like the cereal and stuff. Look how far they're down right now. Okay, these guys are paying a massive dividend. Okay, 7% on GIS. Okay, these guys make Cheerios, right? Nature Valley, Blue Buffalo, right? All that stuff. Trading at an 8 PE ratio. That's so cheap. Okay, producing a 7% dividend. Huge. Okay, so GIS I don't even think is in the list. but it looks really good down here, right? We want to buy stocks like this that are beat up. This stock has been around forever, right? KMB, GIS, and PGR are my favorite dividend stocks here. What else we got? Good RX. That one also has a red dot. So again, we have to pay attention to this level here at 240. Okay, as long as we hold on to that 240, if we can get a green dot here in the next couple days, again, as long as we're trending down below these EMA ribbons on the daily, we're in a downtrend. But when we break out above them, okay, when we break out above those, okay, that means, right, we're in an uptrend. Okay, down below it, downtrend. When we break out, okay, that's when the bulls are stepping in. So I still like good RX here as well, even with the red dot, right? If you want to set a stop loss on the red dot, put it right there at 230 or 240. Chainlink, again, this is my #1 crypto pick. You guys know that. It's currently sitting at a 40% discount off the 4-year. So if you're going to buy anything based on fundamentals or technology in the crypto sector, Chainlink is the one. Chainlink is the one. It is the most needed project, in my opinion, out there. The utility of it, it's literally what the banks are using their technology to form this new financial system that is slowly being built and brought into the world. So again, if I'm buying Chainlink at a 40% discount, it's just a no-brainer for me. Just looking for the green dot there. Again, we're right below where we got the last signal. The last signal came right here in February at 840. It's down like 60 cents from that signal. Again, just looking for a green dot on that. P-Sky here, this one's also looking good. I think these guys pay a dividend too, if I'm not mistaken. P-Sky, they just bought Paramount. They pay about a 2% dividend. Not very good. They're not making a lot of money, but again, the wave is down here. This still looks good above 9. DocuSign got absolutely smoked after its earnings. This one, again, down here in the bottom of the golden zone, we just be looking for another green dot to come back here. But again, you're right where the signal came, right? This signal came back here in February, literally right here at $44, and you're buying it at the same spot. So again, paying attention to where the last signal came. If you're buying it where the last signal came, well, this is where the buyer stepped in last time. So we still like Docu over $40. We just be in here on the smaller time frames now, looking to add to it either on the 4-hour or the daily. Personally, with DocuSign, I just think there's too much competition. I think there's too much competition on DocuSign today. They used to be the only online signer, but now there's just so many companies doing it. Plume, this is a real-world asset play. This is a very new project. Very high-risk, high-reward play here. Very small market cap, but I do have a position on this. I know it has a red dot here, but again, I'm paying attention to where we bottom back here at 0.008. I think the crypto market is going to reverse here and go back up over the next 6 months. I don't think we're going to go down for another 10 months. Okay, I think we're very close. If not, we have hit the bottom here back in February, March, like I've been saying. I think these are the lows. So the closer I could buy to these lows, the better. And this is a very new project. They have some very interesting partnerships. Coinbase also just very choppy. Again, if you come back over here to the cheat sheet, guys, when we go sideways like this, okay, it's not a bad thing, right? This is actually where the smart money likes to load up. Again, everybody wants this big parabolic move to the upside. Nobody wants this move to the downside, and nobody really wants to sit through chop, right? Chop, 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 chop. We've been going nowhere since February, right? Stuck in the same range between 210 and 130 or 140, right? So again, what are we looking to do? Where did the last green dot come? It came right here at 160. So you're buying it where these last two signals came, right? So 160 and 160 were two bottoming signals. Where do you think the next dot's going to come? Is it going to come at 160? It's very possible. Okay, could it come down here at 120? Very possible. But again, I think we're getting Coinbase at a great price. Again, looking at the mean, looking at the average, we're buying it below the mean. We're buying it below the 4-year average. Okay, the majority of people are only buying up here. Okay, up here at 400. You guys see that separation? Whenever our names get 50 to 60% up off the 4-year, okay, that's when we want to take our profits. Again, that was a great buy signal back in 2025 at 170. It went all the way up to $450. Same thing here in 2024. 140 all the way up there to 365. Take our profits, rinse and repeat. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, buy. Okay, and now we're just waiting for our opportunity to sell. We want to sell higher. Okay, so I still like Coinbase here above that low at 140. If it breaks 140, yeah, we're probably going to be stopped out. Or we just wait for it to bottom out again and give us another signal. Boom. And then what are we doing? We're averaging down. We're buying more shares cheaper. So again, Coinbase, watch for the green dot. Again, we do call all these signals out over here in the Discord. the weekly alerts. Trump Coin got one today. We call the monthly alerts out, the daily alerts, and the 4-hour. I have a whole thread on how to trade each and every alert. And again, I cover all of this inside of the free trading course over here in the Discord as well. So Coinbase looks interesting. We got Microsoft given a red dot here, so that's a really nasty dot. But again, we're right back at the level where we got the green dot back here in April. So again, if you bought this signal, you bought it right here at 375. This thing went up to 470, and then it sold off. Okay, it had a huge 2-week sell-off here, 15% in 2 weeks. Look at that, just straight down. So what we'd be doing right now is waiting for a daily or a 4-hour. Now that we're back into the zone, right now that we're back into our 40-year moving average, okay, look where we got the signals, right down here at 370. You're buying it today at 390. Okay, so again, you're buying it at the average. You're still buying it at a good price. And again, those mark the bottom right there at 350. The closer you can buy it to 350, the better. So what we'd be doing on Microsoft now is looking for a daily alert or a 4-hour alert. You're getting the 4-hour today, so this doesn't look like a bad place to start a position here on Microsoft as long as you use that stop loss right there at 350. If it breaks 350, you got to be stopped out. Okay, because again, that's what the red dot's for. But as long as we're trending in this range, that's a really nasty sell-off there on Microsoft. But again, I think this is an overreaction. We've gone down for 9 days in a row. Okay, normally after 9 days of going down, there is some type of bounce. So we're still targeting up here at 520. Again, Microsoft, one of the biggest companies in the world. And again, you got a red dot here, so you got to be using caution. But again, keep in mind, we got these signals down here at 370. So you're buying it closer to where this last round of signal. So if you miss these, now you could be looking to get an entry around this price, okay? Because again, we're getting a fair price in regards to the 40-year average. Does that mean we can't go down? No, but it just means, hey, we're buying it at a fair price. A fair price is at the mean. A discounted price is below the mean. An expensive price is above the mean. Again, we're not buying Microsoft up here at 500 bucks. We want to buy it down here in this zone. So watching Microsoft next week for a daily or a 4-hour alert. You got the 4-hour alert today. So if you want to play that 4-hour, I think this looks like a decent spot to add right around where we got these last signals at 370. This is just Ethereum's ETF. Again, I just think this is stupidly overdone to the downside. Again, we bounced back here in April of 2025 at $10. We went from $10 up to $35 in the matter of 5 months. So a lot can change in 5 months. Okay. And again, we're right back down to the lows, actually making a higher low here on Ethereum. So we're bullish on Ethereum still. We got XLM. So this one's still holding the green dot here on the weekly, and we're right into our EMA ribbon. So again, where we want to buy off a pullback is into the EMA ribbons. Okay, as long as STLA holds 17, can we get a green dot here either tomorrow or Sunday, it looks good, but it has to hold 17 here. 17 breaks will probably continue to sell off, but it's bouncing and it's sitting right at our moving average. Again, the last signal came down here at 15 cents. We're sitting at 18 cents now after we popped up to 30. So again, watching 17 cents like a hawk, that's just the support level right there below those EMAs. We still like that one. EIGEN engine. This one's listed on Robinhood. I bought this one a couple weeks ago around 20 cents. Again, I'm down a little bit on the position, but ultimately we're just going sideways. Looking for a green dot on that one next week. SoFi still looks really good here, guys. SoFi's, where's it trading? It's trading right into our mean. Okay, right into the moving average, right into the dotted line there. Not way up here like it was back in December. Okay, right into the moving average. That one's looking good. We like that one a lot above 1450. Clorox, here's another dividend stock for you, okay? So I'm going to move this one up to the top as well. So these are my 4 dividend stocks. I think I'm going to start a dividend portfolio and then just buy these 4, PGR, GIS, KBM, and Clorox. Clorox is another household cleaning company. Again, their cleaning products are used by people all over the world. Their stock's been absolutely cratered here from 170 down here to 96. So I like all 3 of these names. If you guys are looking for dividend chasers, right, these 4 look very, very interesting down here. Okay, all very beat up, all very oversold, and all still have very strong fundamentals. So Clorox definitely on the watch list. We've been watching that one for a couple weeks here. We got Path, PATH. This is a AI name. I do have a position on this. The dot is still green. We still like that one. Adam had a nice move this week. They're paying around 19% for staking. So staking rewards are kind of like dividends. Adam pays around 19% for staking on Coinbase. This thing is literally sitting down here at a 2020 low right now. And again, it's been as high as 40 up here. Okay, and it's down here at $2 paying 20%, close to 20% APY for staking it on Coinbase. We got Oracle here, also a red dot. So again, we need to pay attention to where we're bottoming, right? This thing needs to hold 170. We took profits on our Oracle on this red dot right here at 250. It's pulled back over the last 2 weeks, and it does have a red dot this week. So when you get the red dot, you just need to pay attention to the lows, right? Right there at 170, that's the low. If it breaks 170, what are we doing? Okay, we're stopped out, and we're looking to get back in lower. Okay, the last signal came right here in April, right here around 150. So you're actually still up on the position even after this 2-week sell-off. Okay, but that is a warning sign. I don't know that this one will be on our favorites for next week. I really just want to watch the daily chart on this one. I believe the monthly's still sitting there. So again, as long as the monthly is green, we want to be looking for these daily pullbacks. So Oracle, the buy signal will be on the daily here, the daily. QNT, this is another crypto name, another ISO name, kind of like XRP, XLM, HBAR, all those names. You know, it's sitting right down here at the lows of 2024. So again, it's bounced here in 2024, bounced here in 2025, bounced here in 2026. The last signal we got here was in March at around 65, and it's sitting at 66 right now. So again, nice little discount on this if you believe in the project, if you believe in the tech. Okay, it looks like a good time to be starting a position or accumulating. DUOL is coming up here off the bottom. That signal came back here at 100. It's sitting at 120 now. Our red zone is way up here at like 430 to 550. This thing's gotten absolutely hammered from 550 all the way down to $90. Again, that signal was called out right there at 100. It's up 20%, but this one looks very strong for some continuation there. You can move your stop loss up to like $95 on that one. Okay, that one looks good. PGY, another AI name here. This one's still looking good above 12. Again, you got your signal down here at 10, so you're already up 50%. The stochastic is touching the white dotted line, but you're still pretty far off the red zone. So this one has a long way to go here, about 175% back to the top. Again, a lot of meat on that bone. We like the meat on the bone. Okay, we don't like to buy things up in the red zone. We want to buy them down here, right? The red zone is our target. Why would we buy something up here in our target zone? We just wouldn't do that, right? We want to sell in the red zone. Okay, take profits down here and be buying down here. PGY, this one looks good for some continuation next week. SMCI, this one has a red dot. I did re-enter this. You guys know why I re-entered it? Because again, we got this signal back here in January at the same price. So I'm buying where this signal came in last. So I'm buying it right here at 30. $30 has been a very big support for SMCI stock. Again, I know it has the red dot, but again, as long as the monthly dot is green, I could still look for trades here on the daily and the 4-hour. Okay, and it did give the 4-hour here. So I'm just playing this, snapping back here and coming back after this long, brutal sell-off. Again, we had a position on this that we started buying down here at 20 cents and we sold it up here at $50. Sorry, $20. Okay, up to 50. We took profits. After we took profits, this thing went down 44%. Okay, and now we're looking for a re-entry because, again, this is an overreaction to something. I don't know what they did or what they are, right? But this is an overreaction. So again, if the red dot is there, I could still look for a short-term setup here, right, with a stop loss at 28, which was just a low from yesterday. You could even move that down here to 25. My plan with this was to buy here at 30 because, again, that's where this signal came, okay, 30. If it goes down more, if it goes down here to 20 again, I'm just going to buy more shares, okay? But historically, $30 has been a very big level, okay? You guys could see that right here on the chart. Okay, 20, 30 bucks is the range where it normally bounces. Okay, and I like this kind of a sell-off. I'm looking for this thing to snap back next week. I took a small position. Again, I cashed this out for like a over 100% move. Okay, we bought here at 30, bought here at 20, sold up here at 50. Okay, and then boom, sell off back down here to 30. Okay, we're back in it off this green dot back here. Okay, I know with the red dot showing up, I know that's a potential drop. But again, I have a plan that if it does come back down here to 20, I'm just going to buy more shares. I'm going to continue to buy it because I believe in the company. They have great revenue growth, right? And semis are very hot. And this is one semi stock that really hasn't taken off. INJ, we got a few more here. INJ, again, red dot showing up here. Does that mean we panic and sell right away? We could take some off right here. Again, we entered this one down here at $3. I sold mine at 6 for 100%. And now it pulled back to 5. I think it hit like 450. But what I like about it is that it's sitting in these EMAs. So if I was going to play this next week, I'd put a tight stop at 450 on INJ. Okay, and if INJ breaks 450, then yeah, the trade is off, right? This red dot is correct. We'll most likely sell back off down here to 3. But if we hold this, if we hold 450 and we get a green dot here on the daily and make it back up here to 12, right, that's the risk you're taking. So you'd have to use a very tight stop on this, about a 12% stop on this. Okay, if it breaks 450, you'd be out. okay, and then looking to enter on this next green dot. So again, the red dot doesn't mean you have to sell right away. Pay attention to where we're bouncing. We're bouncing right on the 9 EMA, which is a very important place, right, for us to bounce, because that means the momentum's still in our favor. Okay, as long as we're up above 450, we're fine. So that red dot means set a stop loss at 450. Okay, you could open a trade on the next green daily dot if we get it here in the next couple of days, and just use that stop loss at 450. Okay, if you get stopped out, you get stopped out. Then you're going to look to enter again on the next green dot. Because again, if you believe in INJ long term, if you think this thing's going back up, right, you shouldn't have a problem, right, sitting through a drop, right? Warren Buffett says you should be happy when your asset goes down. So again, we want to buy good quality assets, great assets at great prices. Okay, great assets at great prices. That is our goal here. AV is still sitting in this range here above 155. This is a drone company. They got earnings coming up, it looks like, on the 30th. Really needs to hold on to 150. Really needs to hold on to 150 there. We got HIMS, HIMS. HIMS is still green as well. So again, we're watching this low right here at 21. It's got a red dot there on the daily. That don't look good. But again, the dot is still green here on the weekly, so we're bullish as long as this thing holds on to 21. Okay, look where we're sitting, right into that 4-year moving average. Okay, looking for a move higher next week. We got SOXS. This one I am actually red on now. I bought this one at $5. I'm down about 10% on my position. This is just a short play on tech. I just look at these tech charts. I look at AMD, I look at Intel, I look at MU, right? These things are all up here in stupid territory, right? They are in stupid territory up here. Okay, very overbought. Again, look at the 4-year average. All these names are sitting 70% off their averages. So I personally think we're in a bubble in chips, and I think it's going to pop. So I have a position on SOXS. I'm down 10% on it. Again, I don't care. Those charts just look dumb. I'll hold SOXS all the way down to 0 if I have to. Because again, these things are eventually going to crack. They always crack and come down. There's always profit taking up here. Okay, look at that. Red dot, boom. Okay, what's Intel doing? Red dot, okay, coming down. It is reversing here, but it hasn't broken out over support, right? MU, just stupid territory, right? This was like silver and gold a couple months ago, okay? Silver and gold. Everyone was buying up here. Everyone was excited. Everyone was having a good time, right? What are we doing? We're not having a good time up here. We're looking to short it. We're looking to go the other way. So SOXS is just my, it's my short play. My short play on tech. It's very risky. It is a high risk, high reward play. Obviously, the market's been very bullish, but that is my bet, I guess you could say, on those names correcting. KTA, still really like this name as well. This cryptocurrency, very new. Again, everyone was jacked up about this up here at 150. Were we buying up here? No. Are we buying down here? Yes. I really like this name above 12 cents. Again, nothing to worry about. Dot is still green, so we're still bullish. BX, this is Blackstone. These guys are a big, I think they're a hedge fund or private equity. They got a green dot here. This signal came down here at 109. You got another one right here at 113. That one looks like it's reversing next week. Do they pay a dividend? Checking. Wow, they pay a 4% dividend. So there's another dividend stock for you. So dividend stocks, my favorite dividend stocks right now, I'm going to have to make a TikTok on this. CLX, BX, KBM, GIS, and PGR. Okay, all huge companies paying really nice dividends. I think BX pays the lowest. That's a 4% dividend, but again, look where you're buying it. You're buying it right here into the 4-year. Okay, so all those names look really good for dividend stocks. I think, nope, Moderna doesn't pay one. Last one's going to be SCO. So this is a short play on oil. So you guys know it's no secret that oil has just absolutely rocket shipped, right, over the last few months. So SCO is a short play on oil. So if you buy SCO, you're saying, okay, oil's going to go down. That means this would have to go up. Okay, so this is just a short here on oil, SCO. That's just saying, hey, the war's over. Just like what's his name said, Donald Trump, the war's over. So yeah, that looks like it's going to crack. SCO might be a really good play for next week as well. That's a short on oil. So that's the watch list, guys. I'll go ahead and drop this for you over here inside the Discord. First, I'll drop my watch list for you. So the watch list is going to be every single name that I follow, every stock, every cryptocurrency that I follow is in this list. Okay, these are all the names I've stored up over the last few years, over the last 10 years of trading. Okay, so the watch list tab here. So this is going to be watch list for 6-12. So today is June 12th. So that's every name. And then the names we just covered are my favorites out of that list, right? I think there's a few names on here, probably 20 to 25 names we went over today. I'm going to copy this link, and then you guys could see here's the favorites for 6-12. So if you guys are watching the replay, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you're looking at. Let me know if I'm missing something. If you guys see any more stocks or cryptocurrencies that are setting up in regards to our strategy, those are my favorites for next week. Let me know your guys' favorites down in the comments section. You guys have a great weekend. We'll be back here on Monday for a portfolio update and more chart requests. I might hop on tomorrow and do a chart request video. It just depends what I got going on. Actually, I will not be able to do that because I'm helping my brother with something tomorrow. Set up a gazebo at his house. So we will not be live tomorrow. We'll be back live here on Monday. We're live Monday through Friday every single week here on YouTube. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this. Make sure you guys smash that like. Make sure you guys get over here and enter for that 1,000 XRP giveaway. Again, if you guys want our trading indicators, you guys can download those here in the trading indicator tab and get the free trading course right here if you guys are new and learn more about this strategy, how to swing trade, and more about all the indicators that we use here. With that being said, guys, we'll chat with you next week. God bless you. Have a great weekend, and we'll chat soon.